Oh, the threesome. Who hasn't thought that this could be among the highlights of one's youthful or not so youthful sexual misadventures? And what fun it is to watch a trio of consenting adults dip their toes into orgy waters. And the title deed was not unsatisfying. The participants, Olivia, Connor, and Jenny, Zoe Deutsch, Jonah Howard King, and Ruby Cruz, have what could have been a sexy one nighter to look back upon with whatever it is one feels after such an encounter. Of course, life and movies don't work that way, and the three proved to be too irresponsible and unlucky for a tidy love affair. You see, Connor is in love with Olivia, and like I imagine any hot blooded man with a crush, concedes to the impromptu threesome at her behest. Rando Jenny is also up for it, and so we have the makings for a modern love story with modern complications and modern temperaments. Though not unwatchable, it's well acted. However, the soundtrack is altogether too loud and too leading. It suffers from ancient and very unprogressive script and character decisions. For what started off as a unique, messy, yet believable love story, quickly devolves into a narrative driven by coincidences and one of my all time biggest movie pet peeves, and what I think of as the secret to my success effect. For those of you who are too young or haven't yet seen or heard of the 1987 Michael J. Fox film, The Secret to My Success is a movie about an ambitious mailroom employee who lies and finagles his way into an executive position before he's inevitably and publicly uncovered. It's an example of the big lie trope, with its main character sweating to keep his or her tall tale under wraps for our entertainment. Sure, people bend or omit the truth and get exposed, and for Fox, it was charming, and the film was saying something about the impossibility of climbing the corporate ladder sans nepotism. Here, the big lie is an obvious plot device, ringing infantile, especially since the movie was succeeding at being rational and coherent. The triangle and its ongoing entanglements was drama enough, and Olivia Deutsch was proving to be an especially interesting character, making identifiable decisions and mistakes contending with these contemporary interpersonal problems. However, this is also what's wrong with the project. Though I liked and understood both of the women, I stopped believing Connor altogether. There was nothing wrong or unattractive about a romantic minded male love interest. He reacted exceptionally, but more like to a romance book boyfriend instead of a flesh and blood man. He's also patient and forgiving and merely hints at having his feelings hurt as the women's fallout is given all of the complexity and grace. He's exemplary and progressive and mature, and a caricature by the end, unbelievable and thus ultimately unattractive. The multi person kernel enjoyment remains a happenstance, which I liked, but that's really it. No one is particularly wiser, but merely as mature as they ever were and are expected to be. Sadly, in the end, I felt that all three could have done better, and there's nothing sexy about that. Watch or not? Not.